Hi, welcome back to EducateTube.com. My name is Sipsky, your host. Recently, I bought my dream laptop for video editing. This is the Gigabyte Aero 16. I bought it for around $1,400. The original price was like $3,400. This is an open book laptop and it's doing a great job. However, I'm still not happy with it. I end up upgrading. So let's talk about it right now. Alright, so here it is, the Aero 16 laptop from Gigabyte. Amazing laptop. Original price was $3,400. I got it for around $1,400 as an open book laptop. I still have the original warranty, so definitely a bargain. Now the reason why I bought this laptop, of course, is the specs. You can see that the screen itself is very nice. It's not a true 4K, it's a 2.5 to 2.7K, but it's more than accurate for me because I do usually edit in 1080p anyway. If I, in the future, want to edit in 4K, I just attach a 4K monitor to this laptop and way to go. Now, what I like about this laptop, of course, is the graphic card that's built in here, which is 3070 Ti with 8 GB VRAM, and the CPU is also amazing. This is the i7 12th generation, 14 core processors. So in itself, the laptop is like a desktop. They call this the creator laptop because it's just a powerful laptop. It's almost as powerful as my desktop. My desktop is a 8th generation i7, but it's a multi-core. I can't remember exactly what the spec on that one is, but the graphic card on that one is GTX 1080 Ti. So in terms of running it for video editing, that desktop is about 5% faster than this laptop. When you compare GPU from a desktop to laptop, usually the desktop is more powerful due to the fact that it has more wattage that's running through the graphic cards. Okay, but still, having a laptop that's as powerful as my desktop is quite amazing. In addition, this laptop is actually really well built. It's very thin, as you can see here. And it's all made of aluminum metal. And the only negative about this is that it does get hot, and it makes sense because metal conducts heat. So when you have a CPU and GPU, it will dissipate the heat through air vents, so convection and conduction. And conduction is through the metal. And that's a good thing in some way because that means that heat is dissipated, and so you don't get overheating on your laptop. So that's okay with me. The only thing is also the sound, the noise of the fan can get quite loud when you maximize the CPU and GPU. So just be aware of that. Another thing is the camera is not that great. It's only 720p, which I don't care so much about. I usually hook up an external camera anyway, and I don't use it for conferencing usually with laptops. So that's not a big deal for me. The third problem, of course, a lot of people complain of is the connection here. You have a USB-C, there's 2 here and 1 on this side. They don't have the standard USB connection or the SD slot for putting the SD card in there, or it doesn't have a HDMI. The only thing that Gigabyte provides is this hub where you can just connect to the USB-C and you'll have your HDMI and your standard USB connection. It doesn't have the SD card slot, which is kind of a downer for this laptop. However, for me, I have the external SD slot. I can put it in, and so it will work for this laptop. So not a problem for me. So overall, I'm very happy with this laptop. But for me, if I'm going to get my dream laptop, I have to make sure I maximize the specs. So that's what it is. You can check the video here. As you know, I want to make sure I maximize the internals, right? So inside, I only have 16 gigabyte of RAM. So I upgraded to 64 gig of RAM onto this laptop. And then I also upgrade the hard drive. There's only one M2 in here. And so there's an extra one here that is empty. So I end up purchasing, and you can see in the second video here, the second M2. So I put an M2. Now I have a choice to put in 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte. It already had 1 terabyte already built into this laptop. So I decided, should I put in 2 more or 1 more? So I decided, why don't I just put in 1 more? So I put 1 more. So now you have 2 terabyte of storage in this computer, M2 SSD. And now you have 64 gigabyte of RAM, 2 terabyte of storage. The other 2 terabyte M2 that I bought, I end up using it as my external storage, which makes sense. It's a very fast SSD, so it can then be hooked up to my other laptops and desktop, so I can access data. And in fact, it's so fast that I can actually edit directly onto that external M2 SSD. So that's why I end up using that M2 2 terabyte as external hard drive to edit my video directly. Okay, so having external hard drive and a built-in internal SSD drive allows me to edit on the go. So even though it's a very powerful laptop, I end up upgrading it further because I wanted to make it more powerful. I want to maximize it. My budget is around $2,000. I actually beat that budget and made it around $1,800 with 64 gig RAM, 2 terabyte of storage. It has RTX 3070 Ti. It has i7 12th generation CPU. It is definitely a powerful creator laptop, and I'll be using this for the next 10 years. Definitely a well worth it purchase. If you do like this video, don't forget to subscribe and give me a little heart of appreciation. I'll see you next time. Bye.